All right, man. We got Akademiks. He's back in the basement, back from coming from the Kendrick Lamar tour, and he's going to speak more on his experience with Dave Free and Kendrick and his experience at the tour. So let's see what he got to say while I drink my coffee.
All right. So welcome, people. Welcome. I missed you too. I hope you missed me.
Nope.
We're day 3 of our new streak to get to 30. If you guys don't know, I did cut stream a little bit early yesterday. I had to go watch a concert, and I went to go watch the Kendrick Lamar and SZA Grand National Stadium concert that happened at Ford's Field in Detroit. So if you don't know, I'm not in Detroit, so I had to go catch a plane and then go to the show. But nevertheless, I did. I gave a concert review about last night. I told you the concert started off strong, ended strong. There was some highlights, but I will be honest as well. There's some moments I feel the crowd was just standing around like, either what is this, or just kind of like, all right, I don't know this song, maybe, right? I stand corrected. I thought maybe it would be a 1-to-1 ratio. Maybe Kendrick fans was equal to the amount of SZA fans. It was very clear to me. Mostly, it felt like it was 2-to-1. So about 66% were like mainly Kendrick fans. And what I mean by his fans, and I have to address this, the people you see on Twitter tweeting, the K-bots, not one of them were there. Now, someone brought up a really interesting and valid point to me. Who brought this up to me? Actually, shout out to Ty. Ty brought this up to me. She said, the K-bots kind of broke, but the reason why, because when I was looking around the crowd for the demographics, it was a lot of parents that came with their little kids. Little Timmies, little Janes or whatever. Like, it was just little boys and girls that were usually white. And for all the cultural shit you hear Kendrick talk about.
Why does he keep talking about this white stuff? Shut up. What you thought? It was supposed to be a Black Panther parade or something, like a Million Man March? Shut up. He always got to nitpick any stupid thing. God, oh my God, I can't believe it was so many white people there. He just wanted to complain about something at this point. He just wanted to complain about something.
The concert was pretty much very Caucasian, okay? Now, I said that's not a problem, because when you get the stadium status, it's only a few rappers or a few people, period, I've seen do even an arena, and it's majority black. Rod Wave shit is majority black. I ain't gonna cap with you. Rod Wave shit. But I don't know how you turn that into a stadium, because then you got to charge higher prices than there. Burna Boy was the only one. Burna Boy's the only person I see did a stadium, and I ain't gonna lie, man. Niggas was coming in their koofies, and they looked like they had pots of jollof rice under their arm. They had the city feel lit. So I didn't really, I did point out that the demographics, for the people you see on Twitter arguing, none of them are there. Not one of them. Like, it's mostly young white kids. And there's obviously black people there, duh. But if we're talking about the majority of the demographic, that's what I saw. But somebody did point out to me, well, it's because of the ticket prices. When you get to venues like stadiums, the ticket prices starts getting inflated. And not saying black people are broke, but it then becomes more attractive to a different demographic. You get what I'm saying? Like, for example, I can't wait to, do we ever look at Young Boy's ticket prices? Well, even though that's not fair to look at his ticket prices now, because he's in high demand. So with demand, prices go up. But I'd probably say look at Rod Wave. Look at Rod Wave average ticket price, and then look at look at a Drake's. And by the way, this is not shitting on nobody. I'm just making observations. You go to a Drake concert, it's mostly white people too. But I think people kind of knew that. And mostly women too, right? Thought people do that. Well, I was eating before, sorry.
You the only one making it a big deal if it's white or black. Just shut up and get to the point.
Yeah, so the concert for me starts out very strong. Dot goes through, well, first of all, Mustard does a set. I thought he did a phenomenal set. He had all these people swag surfing in there. He's playing a great mix of, these teeny bop songs, but are super pop, but also like cultural songs, Sexy Red, blah, blah, all of that. Did a really good job, really good set. I think he ended it out with, I put the new Fonzies on the Jeep. That's obviously his song with Roddy Ricch. Pretty good song, or that's a pretty good set. I didn't know how, I didn't look at set list before, but Kendrick actually is the first person to come out. Like the car comes up and Kendrick comes out and he goes off for 20 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, other than the end of the show, the beginning of the show is a highlight. He hits you with a bunch of songs. Even he does half of because the TV off song, right? The TV off song is 2 songs, or the beat changes in the middle of it. He does even the first part of that too. He does a squabble up. Reincarnated. And that's the other thing I gotta say. When people say, why do I go to the concert? Brother, this is my, again, just like, and I told Dave Free, because Dave Free was mad passionate. Like, I see, his eyes was almost watering. Not like he cried, but he seemed passionate when he was talking to me about some of the lines that may have been crossed. This is my job, gang, okay? I don't know these niggas, and I don't take it that personal, okay? Ain't one of these niggas ever put hands on me. They have said shit about me, and I know I'm capable of saying shit about them. So I don't take it that personal. Them niggas clearly have taken it very personal, and I can understand. But Drake has taken it personal, too. And I'll get into those conversations. But, yeah, I went to the concert because I think this is going to be one of the biggest and most historic concerts of our lifetime. So I was glad to go. So again, just reviewing it. Starts out hot. SZA comes on. Now, and I try to tell people I'm biased. I'm a little biased with the SZA music. I know 3 of her songs. Every time I meet a woman, they love SZA. Like, they love SZA. So me judging her parts of the show is probably biased because I was mostly looking at the crowd to see who's singing along. I didn't know the songs, right? Her first set, though, I seen good reaction to it. Then they basically just alternate. Kendrick comes back out again, does some more shit. But this time he does a little bit different because he's also like spacing it up, and it's not just high tempo. I love the first part because it was high tempo. It was a damn near sing along. It felt like you were in a party, right? But then he slows it down. He's kind of doing more cuts type records. He's doing different versions of records where it's like, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe feels like it's a build up and interpolation with some other shit, but it's only meant for the performance. You've never heard this version before. I think the same with Swimming Pools probably. And even when they do Mad City, was it Mad City or Back? I think it's Mad City. Either that or actually freestyle. Like, it's not the normal. No, I think it's Mad City. It's a melody type of joint. Okay, so yeah, all that happens, and yeah, they kind of switch. And as I said, I'm watching. There is some dull moments, but there's always moments that everybody's like into it. So it's like an up and down type of thing. I might also have unrealistic expectations. I just went to the Weeknd concert. I'm a huge Weeknd fan musically, even though I didn't know some of his songs. Because some of the pop stuff, like, I don't know. But I listened to the entire stadium sing their hearts out for the entire show. And maybe that's my fault to think that's the sign of a really good concert, right? What I came away with is that I think Dot has new audience that don't know everything. There were certain pockets that turned up for certain shit. When he brought it back to Good Kid, Mad City, I could see that's the core fans. They've been rocking with it for 10 years. I could see a lot of white young kids, they're Gen Xers. When Gen X came on, that's when they're getting into it with their friends. They probably heard a lot of that from TikTok, whatever. You get what I'm saying? Then you had, of course, those international songs like when he does stuff off Damn. That's his biggest album currently, right? And of course, the diss songs went up. You get what I'm saying? Euphoria, all of that. Yeah, I spoke with 2. I guess first of all, there was 2 ways I could have done this. I could have just went there, and people saw me, but I could have just not made an announcement where I was at. But nigga, I learned this from Kendrick. You got to pop out of the show, nigga. So of course, I was recording from instantly. I wasn't even doing I could have done the 6ix9ine. Let's take the video, leave, and post it. Y'all know I could have did that. Y'all know I could have well aware did that. I could have wore a shiesty, everything. Nigga, I wore my chat nigga jacket, nothing bigger, all the chains. Nigga, I'm not hiding from nothing. You feel what I'm saying? My man got the sweet. We in this bitch. I spoke to 2 TD people. I think they're both managers. One was Anthony Sala. He came over. Basically, they were both kind of speaking about the same thing, which I actually believe, I think maybe the media has a little bit to play into this, but I think both of them, both Drake and Kendrick, have radicalized fans. His objection, he said, yo, some of this stuff on social media and some of the conversation, the shit is over. It's gone too far and getting too far. They're bringing up people's wives, people's kids, and people that are people who are not public figures. Say anything about Dot. It's whatever. But there's other people getting dragged into this that's not public figures. Now, I agree. This battle is over. It's old. But what I can't agree with, when it comes to them having that demeanor, both of y'all are complicit. And that's why I even suggested, well, I ain't saying y'all got to patch it up with Drake, because I don't think he want to patch it up with y'all neither. But y'all should probably try to because most of this is coming from charged up fan groups or audiences that are super fans of both people. So if y'all say y'all don't want people to talk about y'all wives and y'all this, well, y'all got to realize where this came from. Y'all called a man a pedophile. He said your son or Kendrick's son wasn't his. Then y'all...
Bro, does he not understand that he has a lot to do with this? Does Akademiks not remember all the bullshit that he has said and he has done and all the propaganda? Like, nigga, what? Bitch, you are a part of all this bullshit. You have a part to some of the rumors that are being spread out there. Like, God, I hate the way he just try to downplay his role in hip hop media. Every time he get caught in a situation, he always trying to downplay his role in it.
I said he got a daughter, which nobody found. Y'all brought it there first. Y'all can't get on the fans. Now, granted, I think what he's saying, and I agree with, the fans need to let this shit go. and he's talking about radical fans, just like still posting about what, still posting, I don't know, some of these guys' family members, but still posting them, still talking about them in whatever derogative light. That's the stuff that, they're like, because I guess, these people are probably seeing it and they're like, damn, I'm not a public figure. I can't defend myself. Makes sense. But it is both ways. And I tried to let them know it is both ways. This isn't something where it's only a certain group of people doing it. This is where the battle, or obviously the battle's over. This is where it's at. So if that, I said the divisiveness in hip hop, if that still bothers y'all, that should subside on both sides. We'll see. You know, he comes into my suite, comes in Dolo. Me and him, we chopped it up. I get a drink. I was drinking. Me and him, we chopped it up. And it's the first time talking to him. Very reasonable guy. Let me say this. Very reasonable guy. His conversation went from there because, again, I told him, and I said, yo, this is both ways. Yo, put it like this. I don't see nobody who doxes people more than K-Bots. And here's the thing. When Drake fans do things, they look at Drake to say he's almost orchestrating this. That's how people look at it when Kendrick fans do things. Oh, that's what y'all orchestrate. That's what I'm saying. Most of this shit is fan shit at this point. So cool. Me and we're chopping it up. And in, speaking about, obviously he's going far, this and third. He also mentions, because at first, when he first walks up, he says, he says, bro, why did you let that kid come on your stream? He lied on me. And he was saying in a way like, yo, bro, you letting Drake run plays to put people on your stream. Now I have to correct that, and I'm gonna stand on this. I won't give up any names. But the person who came on to talk about botted streams, go find the kid, and y'all can find out. Again, I don't want to give up people's names. This was not from Aubrey Drake Graham. That was not from him. That was not from OVO. That's from people who in and around work with Dot. I'll say that. I'm not saying this as innuendo. I'm saying.
But you did it on his birthday. That was a planned attack. Nigga, you did that on his birthday. What a coincidence that on his birthday, you bring a dude up that says that he been botting not like us. Like, get the... Now he trying to play dumb. Now he trying to downplay his role in the fuck shit that he carries on his channel. Yeah, cause a bitch.
And this is facts. I'm not saying that these people work directly, but that's their orbit. That's very important to say. So I said to Mr. Saleh, right, brother, I get, what I've realized is that there's a lot of emotions. I don't have no emotions to this shit like this. Y'all can see, I can still bump Euphoria. I don't give a fuck. I had the most successful year in hip hop that I've ever had. I don't care like that. They do. I could tell he was, I won't use that word, the E word. He was, let's say, passionate. And I said to him, I run a media outlet. When someone brings me that info, we are going to run it. Just like someone came to me and said, Drake scammed me. If I was operating as Drake's little tool or whatever, pawn, I wouldn't have Julian up here trying to explain how he felt top 5 and Drake scammed him out of millions.
You didn't know that Julian was going to say that. Well, I don't think that he knew. But anyway, Julian did say that, though. Julian definitely did say that. And he said that that he got top 5 shot up. That Drake got the Weeknd shot up or something like that.
So the point is, what I told him is that that's how media works, brother. I get y'all are involved with this guy or back and forth, and you're viewing anything that comes out about you to think it's directed from there. But I could tell you it's not. And I've ran things that doesn't make Drake look in a good light. And Drake, he has to know by now, you know who Ak is. I remember telling that to Dave Free. I said, Dave Free, I've been doing this shit way before I covered y'all. I did it back to Warren Chirac days, brother. So when you talk about how I view things or how I present things, this ain't nothing I started yesterday. I've been doing me the same way. Okay, so I talked to Mr. Salah, and he gave me some info. I think I can say all this shit. This shit shouldn't be private. So he told me, which again, these are allegations, but I'll tell you what he told me. He said, Ak, here's the thing. The reason why even I had to come over here and holler at you, dog, that dude who said that shit, he's lying. I never paid for no body things. I said, well, he sent a screenshot, whatever. I say, maybe he's lying. I don't know. But that's what the kid said. He said, well, that shit has got me in a federal lawsuit now. So what are you talking about? He said, they subpoenaed my phone for Drake's lawsuit. They took it. That is bothersome. Again, that is something that probably is very annoying, but hey. Now, y'all know my demeanor toward.
Well, that's some fucked up shit, boy. He tried to downplay how he fuck up people's lives. He like, hey, well, all right, now when people say shit and your life get dealt into it and your ass get into some lawsuits, hey. That's some fucked up shit. So because of what Akademiks did, now they are in a lawsuit that had nothing to do with them. That's some fucked up shit. And this is the shit that people be talking about. And this is why your ass got pressed.
Towards Drake's lawsuit. I don't think it will wholly be successful at the end. But then I get a little bit more info. And again, this is why I go, this is why you got to pop out and show niggas. Because this is where I get, Kendrick's team never talked to me. They stopped talking to me as soon as the bell starts. They stopped, like, there used to be some communication. The guy named Kojo, me and Kojo did mad business together. Kojo hasn't said a word to me in English language since it is what it is. So here's the thing. Oh, now I remember. Because I was having a conversation with them. And if you're hearing this, because when we were speaking directly, face to face, Mr. Dayfree, when I reference to 2022, and I said, because he said, why didn't you hit us up if you're coming today? And I said, brother, why would I hit y'all up if y'all haven't talked to me in years that y'all could line me up? I'd rather catch y'all as a surprise, even though that's not my energy. But I'd rather y'all not be prepared for me. Anyway, so he says, yo, remember in 2022 at the Miss Morale tour, I was standing right next to you. Like, I showed you a lot of hospitality. I said, you did. He also said, which was a confusing thing, he said, I didn't even know how you got to there. And I was like, huh? I said, brother, back then I didn't really go to concerts like that. I said, y'all invited me. And he was like, nah, we never invited you. No, my memory has recollected. I was invited, and you could do the homework on this. 2022 by Kojo. Me and Kojo have done many business together. #1 digital guy, #1 blogger. We've ran it up. Don't you worry. He works for y'all exclusively now. Ask him, did you give act tickets to Kendrick's concert? He works for y'all now. So if you're wondering, I didn't remember in the moment because I'm like, no, it came from y'all. But he was working for y'all, and he gave me tickets that time, okay? Anyway, I'm still with Mr. Sallow. So what he says to me, and this is all news to me, and you got to take it with a grain of salt because, again, because we've seized communication, this is the first time I'm hearing these things. It's the first time I'm hearing that they took this guy's phone because now they're looking for these allegations of botting. I didn't know. They don't put this info out anywhere, so I could only find out when I pop up. Cool. Which, by the way, he claims he's never botted, so they will find that out. Also, he made a point that I actually agree with a bit. He said, I'm surprised Drake is doing the corny shit of suing because the same way he don't talk to his label, we don't talk to our label. We just pop up and turn our album in. So how the hell could we be in cahoots with UMG for anything? Okay. So we're continuing to talk because, again, no. This is when, what's the name of that song? Euphoria drops. And I told him, give me one, because we're sitting right next to each other. I said, give me 1 second, sir. I got to go watch Euphoria. I like Euphoria as a song. So I got to go turn to Euphoria. I did that.
All right, so we're going to stop it right here. We're going to do part 2, man. I really hate the fact that he tries to downplay his role and try to act innocent when he knows exactly what he's doing. All right, so we're going to end it off right here. Y'all leave a comment down below. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. All right, part 2 coming up.